Hey, call me Shape. And today I'm reacting to a video titled 700 Nurses Laid Off in One Day and Women Panic. Let's get right into it.
Something weird is happening.
What's happening is healthcare is going down the drain. That's why I advise healthcare workers to have a plan. So a lot of hospitals are trying to save as much money as possible. Why? Because they're going to feel the grunt of Medicare and Medicaid no longer having funding. So what happens when a patient comes to a hospital and they have a 10-day stay and their stay is $50,000, their insurance covers it. So what happens when someone who was formerly on Medicare or Medicaid or did not have insurance and they were going to be covered on Medicaid comes in and their hospital bill is $50,000? The hospital is going to eat that cost. The hospital cannot continue to eat these costs. They will go broke. And what happens when a hospital goes broke? They will close. Hospitals are businesses. They're built on a business model. It's not for the people. It's for profit. So you might be thinking, oh my God, but my hospital is so needed in this area. Like, they're not going to close. Maybe these other hospitals, but my hospital is so needed. Like, we have 400 beds and it's a level 2 and it saves and cares for all these people. Your hospital is a business. I worked at a hospital that was needed in the area that it was in. It had hundreds of beds. It was almost always full. The ED was slammed. Like, you would think that this hospital would never close. Oh, it did close. And what you'll see is first they'll close L&D, then they'll close step down. They'll try to reduce the amount of nurses. They'll try to minimize the amount of floors. They're going to put pressure on you nurses to take more and more patients until that place closes. And then what happens when your hospital closes? The other surrounding hospitals feel it. So your ED wait time when you go in as a patient is no longer 10 minutes, it's now 40. And also why? Because a lot of people are not gonna be getting primary care. You know how your kid has a little cold and you go to your doctor's office and they prescribe you something or they give you your management and that's that? People are no longer gonna go for primary care because they don't have it. They're gonna wait until their kid now has a major disease or problem, infection, and now they're in the ED. Things are going to get bad. If you watch this and think, oh, well, I don't work in healthcare, so it's not going to directly affect my job. And then in terms of me, I have a lot of money in insurance. Like, I'm above this. You're not. As healthcare workers, we honor the law, EMTALA. That means we serve anyone and everyone that walks through the doors, regardless of if you have insurance, money, if you're here legally, doesn't matter. We have to help you. So when you walk into that ED wait room and your wait time is 5 hours and you're like, oh my God, but I have money and I have insurance. Like, why aren't they covering me? And a homeless guy walked in and got a turkey sandwich and he said he had chest pain. Like, why is he before me? It's because we prioritize based off of healthcare needs, not money or insurance. So that's not going to matter. So if you sit in that ED waiting room for too long and God forbid something happens because you didn't get care immediately, are you going to care?
Now we're going to know what London is going through, okay, and Canada's going through. Any place that has free healthcare, they got long waiting lines, okay? Rest in peace to my cousin. He died waiting for a heart transplant or some kind of heart treatment. I don't know what it was, but it was a long waiting line for it. But it's going to be free. It was going to be free. Now that hospitals are going out of business, women are realizing this is bad, okay? And she gives women a plan. She's like, okay, I advise you to have a plan. Y'all had a plan. Your plan was to delay having a family and having kids and put a career first. And that was a bad plan. Now you're going to see it was a bad plan. It's easy for a woman who's a wife to go out and find a job, but it's impossible for a woman who's a working woman to go out and find a husband. It's not easy, okay? Especially because a lot of y'all are older and past your prime, okay? Give your prime years to a man, not the system. Anyway, I thought this video was interesting as well. Take a look.
Good morning. So on the news yesterday, Jefferson Hospital came out with an announcement. The whole healthcare system, they have about 5 or 6 hospitals that they are laying off between 600 and 700 healthcare workers. There is no specific detail at this time as to what kind of workers those are. They say it makes up about 1% of the workforce. But here is a fun statistic that I actually, of course, I do my research. Do you know the CEO, Dr. Joseph Cacchione, made his salary was $5.38 million as of 2023. That was his yearly salary. I'm not saying this gentleman doesn't work hard, okay? But I'm looking at what I make and what I know a lot of my friends make that work for Jefferson and similar healthcare fields. And we're the ones doing the care and bringing in the revenue and charging for services to healthcare providers. You know, those CEOs don't have the blood, sweat, and tears that we are seeing every day. And we're working our asses off. And nothing that we make is reflecting cost of living increases, okay? The fact that most of my friends can't even pay rent or buy a house, okay? So what's wrong with this picture?
Nothing's wrong with this picture, okay? And I know a lot of women think, oh my God, I'm so smart. I know this how to solve this problem. Instead of laying off a bunch of nurses, just cut the CEO salary. Duh, he made $5.38 million. It's clearly he's making too much, and he's not driving revenue. I'm driving revenue. I'm working the hardest. I'm gonna teach you women a very quick lesson. The hardest working person is not the highest earning person. It's never been that way. You know why? Because physical labor is not the highest value that humans command. And people don't understand this, okay? Using your brain is the highest level of value that a person can command. Steve Jobs, he never built a single computer, but he was a visionary that led Apple to what it became, okay? So instead of complaining about how much the CEO makes, become the CEO. How about that, okay? Because the going rate for a CEO is in the millions at any company. Okay, the problem is only one of them is a bunch of peasants and labor workers like you that complain about it. Okay, that's the going rate. You don't want your nurses going rate. By the way, nurses get paid very well. They don't want the nurses going rate to go down the drain to save everybody, right? You guys want to get paid, what, 30, 40, 50 an hour? Some of you are travel nurses. You guys don't work harder than the people in sanitation, cleaning the bathrooms, right? You're not working harder than them. Okay? But you want to get paid fairly according to you. No, you get paid what you're worth. Okay? And right now, as hospitals are closing, you guys are worth less. Anyway, I thought this video was interesting as well. Take a look.
Black women are crashing out on the internet again. Now they're crashing out because they're like crashing out, crying on the internet, because now they're saying that the United States government is not set up to support single moms. So they are saying, black women are saying, and maybe some other women, and not all black women are saying that, crying, saying that the United States government is not set up to help single moms. It's not set up that way. So let's roll it back to like the 60s. Remember when the United States government was actually rewarding certain demographics of people to keep men out of their house? Remember? You know what I'm talking about. Y'all were getting food stamps, Medicaid, housing vouchers, and the only stipulation for eligibility was you couldn't be married and there couldn't be a black man or a man living in your house. You had to be single. And you guys were down for it. And I know this for a fact because my mom had a friend who was on welfare, the more children you had, the bigger your welfare check. You guys were good with that. You were just pumping out babies and on the government's tit. But now, because Trump is putting a kibosh on the eligibility requirements, you guys are crying, saying that the United States is not built to support single moms. When was being a single mom a thing?
And this is why people don't understand politics. You don't want the state to take care of you. You don't. The government's not set up to take care of you. And honestly, think of it this way. If they could take care of you, right, they could decide what they're doing now to stop taking care of you, okay? If they could put food in your mouth, they could decide to do what they're doing right now and take food out of your mouth, okay? And that's a catch-22 y'all don't want, okay? In my personal opinion, and women hate this about men. Over men's provider, he could financially abuse me. He could financially abuse me. The government could financially abuse you too, baby girl. Yeah, y'all don't think about that? You see, somebody's going to either have the power for you. Either you're going to be sleeping in bed with them or you're going to be punching the clock with them and on their own parameters. And if one thing doesn't work out for them, they can cut you off. But wouldn't you rather the person providing for you, the person that you actually love, and there's a reciprocal relationship? Tells me more. This is more reasons why women should submit to a man instead of running out here and submitting to the government, submitting to the state. It makes no sense. Anyway, I thought this video was interesting as well. Take a look.
I just watched this video of this girl talking about black women need to like release themselves of the shackles of not posting their relationships. And I agree to a certain extent, but I want to offer a different perspective because I think a lot of the reasons within the black community relationships don't get posted is because exclusivity tends to be an issue, at least within the black community. So, for example, for comparing it, I guess, quote unquote, to the white community, right? They go on a few dates and then they become boyfriend, girlfriend, right? And it's very evident. They post them online. This is my boyfriend. This is my girlfriend, yada, yada, right? It's very clear where the line is or where they stand. I feel in the black community, it tends to be this long, dragged out talking stage that I guess somehow becomes exclusive at some point, somewhere. But you're otherwise in this talking stage where there's no real confirmation of where you stand with this person, and there's also no confidence behind that. So it's like, what do I look like posting this person who's never actually made it official with me? Like, there are men out there that will sit there and say, hey, will you be in a relationship with me? Like, will you be my girlfriend, right? Or, hey, we're exclusive. But I feel more often than not, it's a lot of the whole, well, you know, I don't really like the labels, or like, why we got to put a label on it? We're good where we're at. And I think that is more of the root reason as to why women don't really post their relationships. Yes, there's privacy aspect of it, but I think that's the other side.
You're not posting it because you're in a situationship. You just said it yourself. If there's no title, you're not in a relationship, okay? And if you got a huge problem with it, stop sleeping with him. Stop dealing with him. This is not a black issue. This is an intelligence issue. If you don't know how to negotiate on your behalf, that is a you problem. Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm tired of people comparing everything black people do to white people as white people are the standard. What are white people the standard for? I don't live my life thinking that the only way I could be excellent is if I be like white people. Maybe I'm fortunate enough where I grew up in a town, a poor white town, right? I moved from Jersey City, New Jersey, somewhat the hood, but I lived on the good side. I live on Greenville. I'm from Society Hill. That's where I'm from. I'm from Society Hill in Jersey City. I moved from that nice gated community into a poor white suburb, or lower middle class suburb. And what I realized there is that we had more money, me as a kid growing up, than my white friends. And so I never looked at it like, in order to be excellent, I need to be like white people. I never seen it that way. But too many African Americans, I know people get mad at me. You're a tether. You're from the Caribbean. Whatever, dude. Too many people think white people are like their God. Everything the white people do, they need to just like get on the altar and worship them. I don't look at it like that. Excellence is excellence no matter what race you're in. Okay, stop making the excuse for you that you can't get ahead because you're black, and the black community can't get ahead because it's black, because you got black people coming from Africa, got black people coming from the Caribbean, and they do better. Why? It's a mindset thing, okay? And all you got to do is change your mindset. I don't look at white people as they're oppressors and black people are the oppressed. It doesn't have to be that way, okay? Anyway, I thought this video was interesting as well. Take a look.
Everyone's always talking about that charming person, charm this, charm that. What is charm? I know charm. This is how to have that je ne sais quoi, that's something special. Rule number 1, tell people things about themselves. If there's one thing in this world that human beings can universally come together on, it's that we love to talk about ourselves and hear about ourselves. You seem like you have it all together right now. You seem like you're really killing it recently. Okay, etc. These should be genuine compliments. It's just kind of like that intuitive, I have this intuitive reading on you. I really like that you work really hard for the things that you want. Be expressive and smiley when people talk to you, like you're actively listening. When you are actively listening, you're engaging in the conversation, people are going to feel more valued and see you as more valuable, therefore. A wink will do it to them every single time. Whether you're a boy or a girl, it doesn't matter. Just a little flirty wink and yeah, you're good. If you don't know how to wink, learn how to wink. It's just like a smile and a wink, okay? You can't really do it without, okay, whatever. Use sarcastic humor with a smile. Poke fun at people lightly and be playful. When you're playfully able to test the waters, this is very je ne sais quoi. Be witty and make witty comments. And if you don't know how to do that, I'm going to tell you right now. Just be observant of whatever is going on around you and call things out. Point out irony, exaggerations, contradictions, and it will be deemed witty because it's quick. It's okay to be awkward. In fact, play into your awkwardness and make it cute. Turn it into a joke of sorts. Like if you are having an awkward conversation with somebody and you want to charm them, just kind of like, I don't know, like do like a funny, awkward laugh.
You could be like, awkward, you can kind of break the silence that way. Look, I agree with her. You got to learn how to charm women or run game on women or whatever you want to call it. She's talking about the lover boy game. The lover boy game is when you give compliments and you point things out by them. But I do like what you said about being witty, okay? Using your environment, right, to point out ironies and stuff like that. And to me personally, when it comes to dealing with women, I tell this to men too, and I'm coming out with a course for this. Guys, get ready for my course. When it comes to the women, when people don't understand that you don't have to be serious 24/7. If anything, you want to be serious probably 10% of the time. joke, have fun, live your life. You are going to die one day, okay? People are going to bury you, put you in a casket, dig a hole for you, put you in the hole, and then throw the dirt on top of it, and then cry and pretend like they're so upset, and then go back into their regular lives. You need to enjoy your life. When you're in front of a woman, that's in time to enjoy your life. When you're with your boys, be serious, build businesses, talk competition, talk knowledge, talk businesses. When you're talk about books and stuff like that. But when you're with your girl, charm her, have fun, tease her. Okay, don't tease the way she looks, but tease her, joke with her, give her a nickname, have fun. And a lot of men, it takes them a long time to figure this out. It took me a long time to figure it out. And now that I do it, I have an amazing time with women. When I'm on a date with a girl, I'm having an amazing time. I'm not thinking about all the tragedies of the world. I'm not trying to convince her that, that all these things are going on and we need to do this, we need to do that. Nah, I'm trying to convince her, man, let's have a good time. Right? I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Let's keep it real. Anyway, I thought this video was interesting as well. Take a look. Hey, listen up, Shape Squad. Are you tired of being ignored by women? Well, download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up. It's going to teach you how to master attraction, build unshakable confidence, and win with women without words. Because chances are you're not ugly, you just talk too damn much. So download my free ebook, Be Attractive and Shut Up, and take control of your dating life right now. Now let's get right back to the content.
You want to know why he stopped planning dates? Because he doesn't have to. If you want to communicate with men, you have to learn how to speak their language. Men speak the language of action and consequences. Why? Because that is what society rewards him for. And you have to understand the 4 consequences that get through to men: silence, scarcity, boundaries, and selective access. You want to know why he stopped planning dates? Because whenever he calls, you answer. You are always available. He says pull up, you say what time. You are hot and ready like a Little Caesars pizza. I want you to look in the mirror and ask yourself, am I a pepperoni pizza? I don't think so. Being overly available and super consistent often doesn't grant you the respect that you deserve. Oftentimes, it sets you up to be taken for granted. Don't believe me? Who's taken for granted most in this world? Mothers, text your mom right now saying, thank you for not aborting me. Bottom line is nothing makes a man plan faster than real.
Thank you for not aborting. What? Listen, pepperoni pizza, I thought that was pretty funny. I don't know, you might be a pepperoni pizza if you got pimples all over your face. I don't know, you might be a pepperoni face. Now look, she's upset with the way things are in the world. What she's describing is the way things are. These are the way they are, right? But she's trying to think about the way they ought to be. And a lot of women think that if they just behave like men, they're going to get the outcome of men. No, it doesn't work like that. Men and women are not the same. We're not held to the same standards. So therefore, the things that you do don't look the same when you do it as when I do it. They don't look the same. Okay, so this idea that you're going to, control a man with consequences, actions and consequences by being silent and setting boundaries and selective access and scarcity. Ladies, these are all the things that work on you. Oh, yeah. If you are difficult to a man, it's not going to inspire him to be this. It's not going to inspire him to make him want to be with you. But let me tell you something. That's how it works with women. Yeah. Less is more for women, but less is not more for men. It's not that way. And y'all always confuse this. My psychology and your psychology is very different. Very different. Especially if I'm a man of value, which I am. Shout out to me. I'm a man of value. Shout out to all my brothers that got value. Understand your value. Wait and delay, okay? Wait and delay. You want to date slow and fire fast, okay? Date slow and fire fast. What I mean by that is that don't be giving away your non-sexual attention that fast. Don't be giving away your long-term commitment that fast. Wait it out. Slow it down. Again, I said a lot of you guys are trying to jump into a relationship. Oh my gosh, she's so hot. I want to make her my girlfriend. Here's what's so funny about that. If she's hot and she's giving you attention, you know what it tells me or lets me and you both know? You could get another one. Yeah. She's not the only attractive girl you could get. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that even though this girl is upset with the way things are, listen closely to what she's saying. You need to do and keep doing what she's suggesting that women should do. Okay? Be silent. Okay? Give her selective access. Be scarce. Have boundaries. When she does something wrong, cut her off. Or be strict about it. Don't say something that you're not going to do, because if you do say something you're not going to do, no one's going to take what you say seriously. Okay? Be scared. Stop texting a girl 24,000 times. Oh my God. You guys are ruining it. Okay? If you got a date planned for 3 days from now, you might want to confirm the day before, but that's it. Hey, like, this is the address to the place we're going to. Or maybe the day of, whatever you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is. And if she flakes on a date, so the hell what? If you have value and she don't realize your value, she just got bad taste. That's all it is. But again, women think if they do what men do, they're going to get men's outcome. Not true. Not true whatsoever. Men, keep doing what you got to do. Anyway, I thought this video was interesting as well. And this girl, she's talking the same kind of shit that I'm talking. Take a look.
Guys, if you have had access to a woman for 6 months, I'm being nice. This is the only time I'll be nice. 6 months. I actually want to say 3, but I'll be nice. 6 months plus. And you have shown her through your actions, you have told her through your words, you have been consistent through all of this time, and she still does not go out with you or make it official and sees you every once in a while or dangles a carrot and is like, oh yeah, gives you a little, then pulls back. You're questioning everything, all of the stories that you guys have. She opens up to you a little. She says things to you that makes you think that she's interested. Oh yeah, we'll do this. And then she cancels. I'm telling you right now, I've had so many people DM me about this. So many, probably 15. And they're telling me the stories over, but then she said this, but then she did this. No, listen to my words. And I have typed this out to them. Listen to my words. If this woman has had access to you and she knows that you care about her and still has not moved forward with anything, she does not like you like that. So now you're asking why? Why then would she be doing all these things? Now your stories are going in your head, right? You're rattling them off, but
You're probably the reason why she didn't like you. I'm gonna keep it real with you. The fact that, and the way she framed it just shows me the kind of guy she coaches. She coaches beta men. Men are in a rush for a relationship. Again, let me tell you something, and I'm gonna say this over and over again. Just like the game of cops and robbers, it's not the robber's job to get caught by the cop. It's the cop's job to catch the robber. What I mean by that is not our job to lock down a long-term relationship with women. That's the thing that we have to offer. Long-term relationships is what we offer. Women offer sex. It's our job to get the sex. It's their job to get the long-term commitment. Okay? If we could get sex without long-term commitment, we win. If they could get long-term commitment without sex, then they win. That's why a lot of men are in sexless marriages. Yeah. Okay? I'd rather be getting sexed and not married. That's what I'd rather, you know what I'm saying? If I had to choose one, sexless marriage or sex without marriage, I'll take sex without marriage. I'm telling you the truth. Okay? So I'm saying this because the idea that she hasn't made it official with you, it's such a feminine frame. I'm the one that makes it official. I'm the one that decides if you become Mrs. Shape. I'm the one that decides that, okay? It's up to the women to beg me, to ask me, where are things going? Where is this going? It's up to her. It's not up to me to do that. If you want a relationship, I don't shame guys for wanting a serious relationship. But I'm going to shame the way you go about it. If you want a serious relationship, you got to have your pick of the litter. You need to have options. That's the only way. Let me tell you something about women. They like men who have options. The worst thing you could be to a woman is a man that no other woman desires. And the best way to be desired by other women and be pre-selected and have social proof is to be screwing other women as we speak. The best time to look for a job is when you already have a job. The best time to look for a girl is when you already have a girl. And guess what? You could walk away. Okay? The way I look at it is like this. I'm dating, but I already got bitches. So if none of these dates work out, it's fine. I got bitches already. The hell is, you know what I'm saying? I got girls that love me already. fuck do I look like worrying about if a girl cancels, doesn't show up, is not interested in me? It doesn't matter. I'm already getting laid. And that's the way you got to approach it. I'm just telling you, guys, you got to approach it this way. Take my word for it or not. It's up to you. Okay, read my book. I keep putting, you see the video, every video I have, I got an advertisement for my book. Get my book, okay? Because I'm coming out with another book that's really going to help you guys. Anyway, I want to address this video really quickly. In the comments, the lady responds to a comment that says, black women are the least desirable to marry. Y'all are the problem. Okay, let's see what she has to say.
This is a teachable moment. Let's just go ahead and talk. Now, when I get comments like this, I typically know that they're coming from one of a few different kinds of people. A, you are a racist white person. Okay, you're a racist white person. And if that's the case, why the fuck would I give a damn about what a racist person in general, but specifically, why would I give a fuck about what a racist white person has to say or think about me? They're mentally ill. Racism. To be a racist, you have to be a mentally unwell person. The belief that you are just inherently somehow better than the next person just because you're melanin deficient is crazy. To believe that you are somehow smarter, you know, that you are a better person, just a better human, more beautiful than a person, a melanated person, specifically in this case, a black person, a black woman, is crazy. Those beliefs aren't backed by anything based in reality. And if we're being honest with ourselves, if you were on your deathbed and you needed a kidney, you needed a liver, a pair of lungs, you're really not gonna give a fuck about who the hell they come from. Why? Because at the end of the day, you know that there is no difference between us. There's not. There's just not. Just like we don't listen to the ramblings of crazy people on the street, why would I listen to the ramblings of a crazy person? I'll wait. Now, before I go ahead and continue with the list, I do also want to say that this can also be divided into two subsections or two subcategories where, again, it's men versus women. White men, I mean, I typically expect this, you know, from white men, period, because this is their system, you know, their rules, their world. We're just all living in it. So I'm never...
Okay, I really wasn't expecting her to go down the race route. Maybe I should have vetted the video better. But I do like her natural hair. Shout out to her. And if she's loyal to the black man, hey, look, I'm not crying about that. Okay, natural hair, black queen beauty. I ain't complaining about that. This is an attractive woman. I'm going to keep it real with you. A lot of people think I don't like black women because all my videos happen to be about black women. But guess what? That's just who YouTube wants me to talk about. They feel like I'm qualified to talk about black people because I'm black. Therefore, I'm going to talk about black people. Looks like black people prefer to watch black people who talk about black people. That's why I talk about it. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Check out some of my other videos. And I'll see y'all over there.